I've got 2 young kids, 7 years old, my son and 5-year-old daughter. And I started my online business way back in 2005. And I've been teaching people for well over a decade now. I've built multiple multi-7-figure businesses that I continue to run and own. And, I really have to pinch myself to think that I've been able to do this, to build this lifestyle business, because I got started probably in a similar way to many people. I didn't know anything about this. I didn't have any special skills related to it. I just had this desire to be able to do it. And, thank God that here I am today, and I've got this incredible lifestyle business that I'm going to be sharing a little bit more about. And, I think the best news is that what we're able to do right now is better, in my opinion, than it's ever been in the past. So I've had a lot of friends and family asking me lately, what's the best way for me to get started online? And what I've been telling them is exactly what I'm going to be sharing with you here today. So that's good news. And I think that, I've never seen something as streamlined, as predictable, as reliable as what I'm going to be sharing with you here today. And a lot of that comes down to, the systems that we've put in place, the investment that we've made, but also technological advancements. So that's a little bit about my background for those of you that don't know me. And what I want to share now is more about the roadmap for today, because we've got some really cool stuff that we're going to be doing along the way. I'm going to be detailing the system, absolutely everything about the system, so you understand exactly how it works. I'm going to be showcasing some pretty cool shortcuts that we've come up with, which completely change the game. I've got some unexpected surprises that I'm going to be sharing with you. And then also at the end of the workshop, you'll learn about something that I've been working on for over a year now, and how you can use it to your own benefit. And I want to be 100% clear and transparent with you. And at the end of this workshop, there will be an opportunity to invest in something. And I think it's an absolute game changer. You don't have to worry about it right now, but I will share some details at the end of the workshop. And I'll tell you right now that it's not just another online training program. It's not just some fancy new software. It's not just some kind of coaching. It's fundamentally different. I would say it's as much as a paradigm shift as I've ever seen in the online space when it comes to building a successful business. And I think for the right person, what I'm going to be sharing with you here is going to feel like a dream come true. So I'll have more of that for you a little bit later. I just wanted to be completely upfront with everything that we're doing here from the get-go. So does that sound good, guys? Give me a yes in the question box if that all sounds good. Yep. Okay, I can see the yeses coming in there. Fantastic. Okay, so let's push on here. So some final tips for you before we really get into the meat of this. This is the first time that we're sharing this with anyone, and you are on this workshop here today. So I urge you just to try to stay focused with what we're talking about. It may be your only opportunity to learn about this. Maybe grab a pen and paper, but definitely don't go anywhere, because if you go anywhere, if you miss one slide, you might miss that magic thing that makes all the difference. And please use that question box. I mean, I can see already that you guys have been an amazing audience and really engaged in the question box. And that's how you're going to get the most value out of this, okay? And make sure you stick around right until the end, because at the end I've got a free gift, which I've put together for you, which has got a value of $197, okay? And we're going to give away cash. So that's another good reason to stick around. We're going to give away a lot of cash. In fact, I'm going to give away $250 right now. If you're ready for me to do my first cash giveaway, just give me a 1 in the question box. And while you're doing that, I want to give you a little tip. So the way that I'm going to give cash away is I'm going to be selecting random winners, but there's a way that you can give yourself better chances to win. And the way to give yourself a better chance to win some of that cash is by participating in the Q&A box. Now, the question box is something that is private. It's like a communication channel between you and me and my team of coaches. So the more that you use that, the more that you engage in a proactive way, the more likely you're going to be able to win something. Okay, so with that said, let's see, we're going to paste in the winner of the first $250 in cash, and there it goes. We've just put that in the question box. Congratulations. I do have more, a lot more. I've got $1,000 more that I'll be giving away at the end of the workshop. So you're going to want to stick around to see if you are one of the winners of the $1,000. We'll give 4 more prizes away. Okay, guys? So there's that to look forward to as well. So why am I so excited to be talking to you here today? I want to start by giving you a little bit of the backstory just to connect the dots up a little bit. So over the past 10 years, we've taught over 20,000 people about how to build online businesses, how to get started with an online business. And with so many students coming through, we've been able to develop a very clear understanding of why some people succeed and others tend to get stuck. And at the same time, in parallel to that, we've been building my own 7-figure per year online operation, multiple 7 figures per year, selling physical products, not just online, but offline as well. The products that I've got are in something like 20,000 different stores offline, and they do very well online as well. So we've been doing these things in parallel, and this has put us in a very unique position, which has ultimately allowed us to make a just enormous breakthrough, which is a way of combining our knowledge and our expertise, our staff and our infrastructure, and our teaching experience to create something that is truly unprecedented. And what we've got here, what we've devised, is of such magnitude that I think it could change the way people build their businesses forever. And I know that's a big statement, but as we go through here, I'm going to try to share absolutely everything about it with you so that you can make your own decision about that. And I think if you've struggled building an online business before, then it's critical that you listen all the way through, because what we're talking about here really could be the start of something amazing for you if you're able to use what I'm sharing to your advantage. And just before we begin, I want to be crystal clear about this. My results and the results of our top students are not typical. We can't guarantee that you're going to have the same success as us. And I couldn't do that because I don't know your lifestyle, I don't know your background, your work habits, and so on. And I mean, you already know this. I think in order to build a successful business, you need to take action. You need to put work in. And it's not magic. And certainly what I'm talking about here is not magic. Now, it might look like magic sometimes from the outside looking in, but I can promise you there's a lot of things happening behind the scenes, and it's certainly not magic. Okay, but what I'll also say is that, just to reiterate what I said a few moments ago, I think this is the most predictable and systematic system that we've ever come up with. So I think that's really, really good news as well. Okay, so what I'm actually going to do now is I'm going to flick that webcam off so that the screen hopefully gets a little bit bigger there for you, and I'll bring it back on later. Okay, so let's get started now by talking about the core model. And this is what we're doing here is about selling profitable products online without dealing with the usual complications. So there's no website to get started. There's no paid ads. You're only dealing with free traffic. There's no marketing or copywriting. There's no reseller certificates. There are no USA companies that you need to set up or anything like that. You can do this from anywhere in the world. There are no delays. It can be rolled out and got started very, very quickly, and no guesswork either. And what we're doing is we're selling products on Earth's biggest marketplace. It's a marketplace that my own business uses to make up to 1,000 product sales each and every day, and as much as $300,000 in monthly revenue. And you can see a couple of screenshots on there. I've got a couple of different accounts here, and yeah, the numbers are massive, and this is something I've been building up to and getting better and better at for quite a long time now, but I think it's good to know the potential here. Okay, and the marketplace I'm talking about is Amazon. Now, I'm sure everyone here has heard about Amazon, and you might be thinking, oh, is this really Amazon? Like, haven't I heard about that before? And yeah, I get where you're coming from, but hear me out, because I can promise you the way that we are using Amazon is unlike any way that I've ever seen anyone else using Amazon. Okay, and so before I get to exactly what we're doing, there are three massive advantages that come with using Amazon. The first is the traffic. So I've mentioned the traffic a couple of times. This is free traffic on Amazon, and there are 65 million daily visitors. And these people are there to do one thing. They're there to buy products. And we can tap into this traffic in a very systematic and very reliable way. Now, the second thing Amazon does is it makes everything easy, because they deal with shipping, they deal with customer service, they deal with payments, they deal with returns, they deal with the whole lot, and people trust Amazon. So when you buy something on Amazon, you know you're going to get your products. You know you can return them if you need to. You know that your data is secure, and you're able to piggyback off of this incredible infrastructure, this brand power and this traffic, and that's exactly what we're doing. And so, if you've been involved with online marketing in the past, or even if you haven't, you might sort of be thinking, well, I've heard about Amazon before, and there's probably some truth to that. But I'll tell you what we're doing is completely different. It is 100% often in China to make the product. They order a huge amount of inventory. They then deal with the complex shipping and customs processes. They bring it to the market by themselves, and then they hope that it sells, and they hope that they make money. And I know this process pretty well because I've actually used this process myself to earn millions of dollars online. And I'll tell you what, the problem with that process is that it's slow, it's risky, it's expensive, and it's stressful. And like I say, I know this firsthand because I've used that extensively myself. But instead, there is a better way, and that is to sell established, high-quality products that we already know have huge demand and high margins. And you can do this selling brand name products. So you can see a DeWalt hedge trimmer there, and I'll give you lots of other examples. And the way that it works is we are simply applying the first principles of business, which have been around for thousands of years, where we simply buy product from a wholesale supplier at a low price. We sell the inventory on Amazon using free traffic at a higher price, and that traffic already exists, and we profit and we can pocket the difference there. So here's an example to really try to hammer home how this works, okay? So this is an NFL football. It's from a brand, Wilson, so it's a well-known brand. And if we wanted to, we could, for example, buy 20 of these, and they might cost us $10 each. So that would be $200 in inventory, right? And we could sell them on Amazon for $19.95. So when we sell 20 of them, we'll be making $9.95 per sale, and we would make a total profit of $199. Now, there would be some Amazon fees. This is just an example, but at a very high level, this is more or less how it works. So give me a yes if this more or less makes sense. I'm gonna continue to peel back layers of the onion, and you're gonna see what's at the heart of all of this, and that's when it's gonna get really exciting, but I don't wanna lose anyone just yet. This is an example of one simple branded product that we could potentially sell and how the numbers could potentially pan out. And so what we can then do is we can add more products into the mix when we want to scale the business up. So maybe the second product could be a food processor, and they don't have to be in the same niche or anything like that. It doesn't matter. The third product might be like a mini humidifier. The fourth product could be like a tactical flashlight. And this is what we do. This is how we scale the business. And each one of these products can be like a mini income stream. In fact, sometimes it's not even so mini. And I'll give you some real examples of products that have sold a little bit later on to give you a bit more context there. But this is how it works. And we're building a portfolio of multiple products, and we keep on building it. Could build out 20, we could have 30, we could have 50 of these products. And this is how we scale the business. But how are we able to sell these products when they're already being sold on Amazon? That's a good question, and it's one that I get all the time when I'm explaining this to people. So the reason we can do that is because multiple sellers can sell the same product, and Amazon allows us to do this. What Amazon does is they rotate the listing. So if there are two different people selling the same product, like this DeWalt hedge trimmer, then one day or at one moment in the day, it might be the first person, and the next moment it might be the other person. So Amazon is automatically rotating the listings. And if you look closely at this image, you'll see that it says there are 12 new and used products of this particular product on Amazon. That means there are 12 different people that are selling this DeWalt hedge trimmer. And you can see that this is sold by different people: Tool Up, Fleet Tool, Tool Barn. And some of you might be thinking, oh, I've heard about Amazon in the past. I think that like some products, you can't just sell them. They're gated and this and that and the other. I'm going to explain more of those kind of details a little bit later on as well. Okay, so rest assured, it's all taken care of. The point here, though, is that multiple people can sell the exact same product. And this is good news for us. And there are huge advantages in the model that I'm talking about here versus that mainstream method that I spoke about earlier. For starters, you don't have to worry about product development. There's no waiting for months to get started. You can just start immediately, effectively. There's no dealing with China. There's no branding and packaging. There's no massive inventory investment. There's no overseas shipping and customs to worry about. And there's no hoping that it sells. And that number 7 is really important. And the reason you don't have to hope it sells is because you're selling a product that's already established on Amazon. You're selling a product that is already getting sales volume, and you get a slice of that pie. So all of these 7 things add up to making this method faster, safer, and simpler than anything that's come before. And just to remind you, you don't need to worry about using paid ads or doing any kind of a marketing, because people are already searching for and buying the products that you're selling. Like that DeWalt hedge trimmer, people are already searching for that. It's already established in Amazon. We can just go in there, add our version of the product to the listing, and tap into that fast and free traffic. Does that make sense, guys? Just give me a yes in the question box. Yep, awesome. Okay, and I can see lots of questions coming in, which is fantastic. That's the whole idea, and I'm gonna make sure that I answer all of those before the end of the workshop. Now, we call this the wholesale model. It's simple and uncomplicated, and it's the path of least resistance. But here's where it gets really, really exciting. We've made it even simpler with some bombshell shortcuts, where even if you've tried selling on Amazon before, even if you've had an issue selling on Amazon before, then stay tuned, because you're going to learn how you won't need to find and register with suppliers. So you can get past all of this gating and all this, a lot of other hassles that come with that. You won't need to find products to sell. We've already done this for you. You won't need to handle, pack, or ship your products either, because we can do that for you as well. So I'll reveal exactly how this will work in about 5 minutes time here. Before I get to those details though, I do want to break down the 7 manual steps of running a business like this. And you can think about this as being the old way, okay? It's important to understand how the core model has traditionally worked, and then I can share with you the shortcuts, and you can see how we can eliminate a lot of the headaches that we've traditionally had, and then I'll hopefully use that to build a successful business in 2024. So this is the old way, okay? There are 7 steps. This is a 10,000 foot overview. I'm going to go through each one of these slowly, one by one, so you can understand what's working and how this all works. So step number 1 is to find a supplier. Oftentimes for this, we'd go over to Google, we'd do a Google search, we'd find a supplier for a certain category, like pet supplies or sporting equipment or something like that, and we'd pick up the phone and would call them and would ask to become a dealer of that product and access the product catalog. The winners from that, and we would look at recent reviews. What we mean here is we would identify and use the existing listing that already exists. So if we got one of those DeWalt hedge trimmers, we'd just find that and we would get it set up so that we could use that listing as well. We would then need to purchase the product inventory from the supplier. So we'd say, okay, yeah, I wanna do this. I've found the product. I'm gonna buy the products. I'll send you the money, and the supplier would send you the products to your home, and you would unbox them. You would put special labels and so on and so forth on them that Amazon gives you, and you'd create a shipping plan to send them back into an Amazon warehouse. And then your sales would start coming in, you'd cycle through your inventory, and you'll start scaling. So that's traditionally how we've done it. Now, is that making sense still, guys? Just give me a 1 in the question box. Yep. Okay. Now you can probably imagine what some of the potential roadblocks and hurdles of the traditional way, the old way of doing this are, but I want to highlight a few of the major ones here. So firstly, suppliers. Finding them can be really tough. I mean, you can't just find the good ones that easily. And if you do, they don't return your calls. They don't take you seriously. They don't respond to your emails. And the last thing they want to do is start giving out their catalogs to a random guy on the street kind of a thing, which is oftentimes how they look at us, unfortunately. And then it's a process of identifying winning products. I mean, you can't just automate this. There are tools that can help, but ultimately it's a manual process. It's matching up a product catalog from a supplier with what's already on Amazon. And this is not a trivial undertaking, okay? And then, of course, there's the handling of products. Like there's the managing the logistics. There's, taking products into your home. There's the boxing, there's the unboxing, there's putting the labels on, there's creating the plan to send it back into Amazon, hoping you do it all right, because otherwise Amazon will get very angry and they won't accept your products. And then there's the scaling effectively as well, when you're trying to grow the business and do it with multiple products all at the same time. So there are real roadblocks that exist if you were doing it the traditional way. And look, if these roadblocks didn't exist, if it was just so easy, then everyone would be doing it. It would be a license to print money and everyone would just crush it. But because these hurdles do exist, it makes it very tricky to successfully execute this model in the traditional way, meaning that traditionally, most people who've used the old way would likely fail. It's just a reality. So these potential roadblocks are a big deal. But there is some very, very good news here for you, and that is we have completely torn up the rule book. Okay, we've completely torn up the rule book. We've started with a clean slate, and we've done something that no one has ever managed to do before, and I don't think anyone's even attempted to do it before. And what we've come up with is something that we were going to keep private and use ourselves, and maybe make it available to a mastermind group that we ran. But this doesn't really match with the vision that we have of helping as many people as we can succeed with an online business. So we wanted to make a huge impact on as many people as we could in 2024 and completely change the game. And that's ultimately what we decided to do. So we've spent 12 months and over $500,000 in cash developing these groundbreaking shortcuts that completely obliterate these roadblocks that I was mentioning a moment ago. And the shortcuts have been dramatically simplified into just 3 different things: selecting a product, launching your listing on Amazon, and then selling and profiting and scaling from there, okay? So these are things that could allow you to generate your first sales and begin building your business as quickly as possible. I'm going to go through them now. The first one is called the Buyers Club, and the Buyers Club is an absolutely amazing resource, okay? It is a private vault of thousands of hand-picked products that meet the criteria needed to successfully sell on Amazon. We've spent over 12 months curating this list, on building this list out. It's been a manual process. That's why there are thousands. There's not tens of thousands. There's less than 10,000 products, to give you an idea. And we've already created agreements with all the suppliers so that you don't have to call or register with anyone. All you need to do is come into the Buyers Club and you pick and choose which products that you want to sell, okay? And there are all kinds of products in every single niche you could probably imagine in here. You've got consumable products, you've got home decor products, you've got sporting products, you've got products like dog carrying backpacks, games, creams, perfumes, so on and so forth. It is amazing. And what the Buyers Club does is it eliminates the need to find, contact, and register with suppliers. It eliminates the need for product research. It eliminates the guesswork, and nothing like this has ever been done before. So just to really make sure that I'm sort of doing this justice, what we've done is we've used our experience, we've used our team, our street cred. Remember, I've got an e-commerce company that does millions of dollars per year, and we've been able to use that experience to reach out to the biggest suppliers in the United States and say, hey, we want to be able to sell your products. And we've got those agreements with them. And that's given us a starting list of millions and millions and millions of products. What we've then done is whittled down and found all of those hidden gems. So we've been able to find all these little golden nugget products, and we've added those ones, and only those ones, to this thing that we call the Buyers Club. And it can allow you to go from start to selling incredibly quickly and to build your business that much faster. And the Buyers Club is something that is constantly working for you. So, our amazing team behind the scenes there are always adding suppliers every single day. We are reviewing existing products, making sure that they constantly meet our criteria, and so on and so forth. And if something all of a sudden doesn't meet the criteria, that's okay. We just remove it from the Buyers Club because we're getting dozens of new products coming in all the time. So it really is a one-of-a-kind, very, very special thing that streamlines a lot of what we're doing. And here's how it works. You will access the dashboard. Okay, you go in there, you choose a product, and you fund your product, and then that's it. You've chosen your product. You're good to go. And what happens next? So if you remember the core steps, the next thing that you would normally do is you would get the inventory sent to your house so that you can label it, you can package it up, and you can send it on to Amazon. Now, that might be doable if you're in the United States, more difficult if you're not, but still, it was a pain in the butt. And it's a step that has been completely eliminated now, thanks to shortcut number 2, which is our private warehouse, okay? So this is a massive undertaking. It's a massive brand new warehouse and logistics facility that we own and operate in Texas. To give you an idea of the size, because it's a little bit tricky to see that on the photos there, this is 40,000 square feet, which is around about the size of a football field, okay? Now, the good news for you is that if you wanted to start this business, you could use this warehouse for all of your logistics needs. You can use it to receive and store your products, so there's no need to get inventory sent to your home. There's no need to touch any of the inventory or prepare it on Amazon. It can all be done for you, completely handled by the warehouse. And what this does is it allows you to completely streamline the operation. And this has been a massive investment and undertaking on our part. I mean, this is real infrastructure here. This is a real team. We've got 15 people in the team there on the ground, feet on the street kind of a thing. Equipment, I mean, think forklifts, think racks to stack products on. And the other thing about the warehouse is in a prime location where over a dozen different fulfillment centers from Amazon are within just a couple of hours. Now, if all this sounds exciting, just bear with me, because it's about to get even more exciting. All of your ordering, all of your labeling, all of your shipping work can be taken care of by our team. And the way that happens is through our third shortcut, which we've simply called Done For You Everything. Okay, so Done For You Everything it really is incredible, and that's where you'll get to tap into the magic of this amazing team. And these are just some of the people on the team, but the Buyers Club team takes over from where you left off with the Buyers Club. So let me just back up a little bit there. You'll select a product that you want to sell from the Buyers Club dashboard. Okay, and again, that's where you get access to the wholesale priced products, known brands, and all that good stuff. Once you've selected something, the Buyers Club team will see that you've selected it and will take over, and they will order the inventory for you. So they'll pick up the phone, they'll call this supplier, and they'll say, hey, I need to order one of these things. Okay, they'll order the inventory for you on your behalf. The supplier will then send all the product in, and that will get sent into the warehouse. Now, from there, our warehouse staff will kick into action, and they will receive the products for you. They will prepare everything for you. We'll print all the labels, we'll package everything up, and we will send it to your Amazon account so it's all ready to go. Okay, and this is incredible. I mean, the advantages here are huge. You're letting experts do the work. It is completely hands-off. You never need to see or touch your products. It's not an automated process, by the way. You've got a real team of real people doing the work here. So, from your perspective, it may seem like it's all a little bit magical and automated behind the scenes, but I can tell you what, this is a real offline operation that's happening. And the people behind the scenes are essentially working like your employees, so you can save time, save money, avoid issues, start selling faster. And I want to back up a little bit more one more time, because I want to, just share who these people are a little bit. So Angel here, she runs the Buyers Club, and you can see a photo of Angel in the top right there. And she's joined by an amazing team. Most of these guys are in the USA and Canada. So Carolyn, Trish, and Ashley have got something like 6 years of experience in logistics and warehousing, and specifically in dealing with suppliers from working in our company. So these guys, they know this inside and out. And to have these guys effectively on your team, being able to do all that heavy lifting with the suppliers, all the communication, it is invaluable. Okay, it's absolutely incredible. And then these guys here are just as phenomenal. I mean, these are A players. So Patrick and Kelly actually run one of our most successful e-commerce ventures. I mentioned a moment ago that we sell our products in something like 20,000 different stores offline as well as online. And Patrick and Kelly are the COO and CEO and partners, in fact, in that company as well. And Patrick's from Australia, Kelly is from Wales. They were living in Australia, they've both relocated, and they now live in Texas because they've been busy over the past 12 months getting all of this on the ground operations set up for you. So when I say that we've put a huge amount of effort in to be able to get this going, I really mean it, to the point where our team has shifted countries. We've brought on about 15 new employees. We've completely reorganized our organization, and much more. So just so you know, this is a big deal, and we're going to be able to do absolutely everything for you. Now, what are the next steps? Let's not lose sight of what we're doing here. The next thing that happens is, after the warehouse has processed your products and sent them into Amazon, which normally takes between 5 to 10 business days, once that's all happened, then your product will be able to be live on Amazon. And this is where the fun starts, because this is where you can then take advantage of Amazon's incredible traffic. And remember, people are already searching for these products, so the traffic is already there, and you can start making sales. So something that's really important that I want to get across here is, to get your first product live and to launch your business, the only work that you need to do is to select a product from the Buyers Club. Do you see how that works? Do you see how incredible that is? Because that's it. Because once you've done that, our incredible team, our Buyers Club team, our warehouse, they take over and they do everything else. So here's a recap. You choose your product and you order your inventory, okay? The Buyers Club team then communicate with the supplier to order the product for you. The warehouse team then receives the product, and these are all coordinated, it's all happening at the same time. Receive and prepare your product, and then we send it off into Amazon for you. So simply put, all you do is select a product and we do the rest. And then once you've got your first product live, selling on Amazon, you can repeat the process. You can select more products and snowball your sales, and that's how you scale. So effectively, you can do this over and over again, and these shortcuts could massively accelerate the speed in which you can start selling and building your business. Is this making sense so far, guys? Are you excited about this? Give me a 1 in the question box if you are pumped up and excited and just blown away by what I'm sharing with you here, because really this has never been done in a streamlined fashion like this before. And give me a demo. Type demo in the question box if you want me to go over and give you a live demo and showcase how powerful, and give you a sneak peek inside the Buyers Club right now, just to show you how this works. And I want to see at least 3/4 of you type demo into that question box. Okay, I want to see that question. Let's give that question box a bit of a run through here. Okay, I want to see the demo. Okay, so there it is. Demos coming in. Demo. Okay, all right, I'll give it another. There we go. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to jump over to share my screen here, and voila, just like that, I'm inside the Buyers Club. Now, here's what I want to show you. Inside the Buyers Club, every single one of these products is something you can buy at wholesale price. Every single one of these products is vetted by a human, and there is page after page after page after page of products that meet the criteria. Who knows about Paw Patrol? Anyone here got kids? My kids love Paw Patrol. My kids are 5 and 7, and I can sell Paw Patrol toys and memorabilia. I've got a license to be able to do that, and you will as well if you start using the Buyers Club. Okay, so these are products, and some of these products normally you wouldn't be able to sell them because they would be gated. That's what Amazon calls it. But we sort of streamlined a lot of that, the rights to be able to sell these products. So a lot of these hurdles or issues that have existed in the past just don't exist anymore. Look at this one, for example. This here is a little dog carrying backpack, and I can see that I can buy this wholesale for $88.30. Okay, it sells on Amazon at $134.95. And what's my minimum order quantity? It's 2. So I could just buy 2 of those things if I wanted. Now, some things will have a higher order quantity, like this knife's got 40, but you can pick and choose what you want to do there. So let's keep going, and we'll see what we can find. If I can find an interesting one to dive into a little bit more. We've got some different dog carrying things here. We've got different toys, water bottle there. What else have we got? There's page after page after page. Now, the Buyers Club is significantly large. Okay, I'll share some. Okay, so this is the one that I wanted to show you here. I'm going to take a closer look at that. It is a little compass. And by the way, if you look at the one just below that, the one just below that is a double-ended fountain pen plus highlighters. And I can buy this thing for $11 per unit, and it sells on Amazon at $17. So the minimum order quantity on that one is 2 okay? So when we say, you don't have to fork out enormous amounts of money for inventory, this is why. You do have to buy some inventory, but in this case, I could spend $22.60 to buy the inventory, $22.60, and I'd have some inventory to get going. And that minimum order quantity is a minimum. So if I wanted to buy 200 of those things or 2,000 of those things, then I could probably do that, okay? It's just a minimum. But let me pull up this example here. So this one here, we can see that it's got a per unit price of $54.97. It sells on Amazon for $95. I could put in my order quantity there. And what I could then do is I could click that place order button, and that would immediately team to go and buy that inventory from the supplier for me. But I want to show you something else, because this is where it gets really cool. I can grab this information down here. And by the way, this is a known brand. This is Sunto, which you may or may not heard of, but it's a well-known brand. But if I come over here to Amazon and I do a search for the ASIN, which is the product code on Amazon, I can find the exact same product. And guess what? Here I can see that it's selling for $95, just like it said it was inside the Buyers Club. And I'm going to have some other fancy bits and pieces sort of happen up here that you won't normally see on Amazon. Don't worry too much about what that is. I'll explain it in just a second. But here, if I scroll down a little bit, I can see that 4 different people are selling this product. There are 4 different people selling this. So this guy here sells for $89.33. It's a $95 seller. So, $95 is what the main sort of sell price is. If I come back up here, we can see what the monthly revenue is. This is an estimate, $62,000 in monthly revenue. It sells around about 25 products per day, okay? It's just incredible. This is a product that I could sell. Now, if it's doing $62,000 in monthly revenue, and there are 4 different sellers, let me just pull up one second. I'm going to just pull up a little compass here so we can. Compass. Let me see. I'm going to just try to pull something up here. Pull up a calculator. That's the word I was looking for. So if I wanted to figure out what my potential cut of this could be, there are 4 sellers currently. Okay, so 62,000. Just call it 62,000 divided by 4 sellers. Okay, right now each seller could potentially be getting around about $15,500 in revenue. Okay. If we came in and we became the 5th seller, if I divide that by 5, then maybe each one of the sellers would get around about $12,000 in revenue. That's revenue, by the way. That's not profit. That's revenue. But $12,000 in revenue is pretty darn decent. And later on, I'll actually break down how all the math on this works. But is that powerful, guys? Do you see the power in that? Hopefully, you can see how